All right, guys, I'm going to walk you through the steps to make this origami fish today. So this is one that I have folded, and then I've used a Sharpie to decorate the fins and add the face. So you can decorate yours however you like at the end of this process. So to start, you will need a piece of paper and a pair of scissors. The piece of paper that I'm using today is a bright orange to help us see what we're doing. But I have also colored, kind of scribbled on the back of this paper so that you can see which side is which as we start making some of our folds. You can use any copy paper or notebook paper to do your origami. As we start out, I want you to notice that the paper we typically start with is a rectangle. It has a long edge and a shorter edge. But when we do origami, we start with a square. So if you remember back to your math vocabulary, you might remember that a square is going to have equal sides all the way around. So we need to change this rectangle with a long edge and a short edge to a square with the same sides all around. To do that, there's a little trick that we have to make a square out of a rectangle. I'm going to take my short edge here, and I'm going to make my first fold and fold that short edge so that it's along the long edge of my paper. Now, when I do that, I'm going to end up with a triangle shape right here and a long skinny rectangle. We are going to cut this long skinny rectangle so that we just have the triangle. So since I'm right-handed, I'm going to move this around so that the part I'm cutting is next to my right hand so I can cut a little easier. I'm going to cut right along the edge of that triangle, and this long skinny rectangle you can put aside. You can use it for something else later on. And I have my triangle, and when I open that triangle, I have a square with equal sides all the way around. So from this square, we're going to be making several folds to turn this paper into the fish we saw at the beginning. So right now we have one fold from corner to corner. That is a crease right now because we have our paper open. That's what we want. The next fold we're going to make, we're going to take the sides of our paper and we're going to bring them together. So you could bring your left over to the right side, or you could bring your right over to the left. I'm going to bring my right side over to my left. I'm going to try to line them up really well. And then I'm going to press along my fold. This is a crease now. And then I'm going to open my paper again, because I just want that crease on my paper to help me with the next steps. Then I'm going to do the same thing from top to bottom. So I'm going to bring my bottom edge to the top edge. I'm going to line them up, and then I'm going to press along that fold to make another crease and open my paper. And now I should have a square that has a plus sign and a big slash from corner to corner as creases to help me position my next folds. Now we're going to start making some folds that are going to stay folded. So the first one we're going to do is going to take this top right corner, and we're going to bring it in until it touches the center of our plus sign here. So I'm going to take that top right corner, and I'm going to bring it in, touch the center, and then lay it flat. Press along that fold, and I'm going to leave it there. Then I'm going to take the bottom right corner, and I'm going to bring it into that center of the plus sign, same as I did the top. So they're going to meet there. Bottom right up to that center, and then I'm going to press down on that fold and leave it there. Okay, so the next part, I'm going to flip my paper over so that these folds are going to be against my table. They're going to be underneath my paper. So I've got a triangle shape here and a squarish shape over here. I haven't done anything to this side yet. On the left now, I'm going to take my top left corner and I'm going to bring it in to that center of my plus sign creases. So top left corner into the center and press down on that fold, leave it there. And then I'm going to take the bottom left corner and bring it into that center of the plus sign as well. So bottom left and up, press along the fold. And now I have two triangles here on the left side and two on the right that are underneath. I'm going to flip my paper over again, and I want to do this next fold with the folds towards me on the right side of my paper. So this is where you started. I have my folds on the right up towards me, and this next fold is the one that's a little tricky. To do this one, I like to pinch my paper here on that fold that's above towards me. You can see that I have a finger behind and a finger in front, and I'm on the center of the edge of this triangle that's towards me. And I'm going to put a finger right in between that fold that's behind my paper, because I'm going to want to move this edge right here and bring it in so that it's flat against this center crease. So here's what I mean. This edge, if I bring it in, is gonna lay flat here. So that's going to make that back fold kind of pop out. So I have a pinch on my upper right triangle that's towards me, and I have my finger in between my paper and that back fold, and I'm going to bring the outer edge to the center crease, just like that. And I'm going to press it down so that it stays. So you should have that triangle shape coming up like this. Sometimes we make the mistake that when we make this fold, we fold the whole thing over and it starts to look like a kite, but you really want, that's why I put my finger here behind, so that I can really flip that triangle to the front and I see all of that piece. I'm going to do the same thing, same fold, but we're going to do it on the bottom now. So instead of pinching at the top right, I'm going to pinch at the bottom right, and instead of holding between the paper and my upper left fold underneath, I'm going to hold between the paper and my bottom left fold underneath. This is the edge that I'm going to bring up to the center crease now. So I'm going to flip this up to the center, and I'm going to press down. Whew! Congratulations. That was the hardest part of our fish, and it is a little tricky right there. Once you've gotten to this part, your last fold is pretty simple. We are going to take this far left point and we're going to bring it over to this point. So we're going to turn this diamond shape into a triangle. And this shape is going to become the fins of your fish. So I'm pressing down. So again, that was my far left point coming into the center here, and fold so that it becomes a triangle, diamond to triangle. And from here, we're gonna flip our fish over. And here we have the fish shape that we want for our origami. Here is where you can start to add the decoration for your fins. You can add lots of color. You could put the face here. I give mine some eyelashes today and big old smile. And you could even add some more fins. You can decorate your fish however you'd like, including adding some color to it. So I hope that this helps you to make an origami fish. Origami can be kind of hard, so don't give up. Just keep trying, and as you keep trying, you're going to get better at it.